Now that we've went over this awesome engine, let's fire it up and see how she runs. um, sorry. All right, take two. All right, now that we've checked out this cool Santa Fe black bonnet, let's fire it up. I don't get it. I have programmed dozens of these things. Take three. All right, so checked out this great Lionel black bonnet Santa Fe scheme. So let's fire this engine up and let's run around the layout. Oh, come on. You listen to me. I'm getting sick of you not taking this idea. You're going to take that idea. You're going to make some sounds. You're going to run around this layout. Take four. All right, so now that we've talked a little bit about this sweet Lionel black bonnet, let's fire it up. Oh, what the? Some absolute. I don't get what the. Take five. So we've checked out this sweet Lionel engine now, and I would really love to run it around the layout a little bit and hear some of the sounds and stuff. So got it programmed here. Let's fire it up. Hello everybody, welcome back to Gizmo Trains. Today we talk a little bit about Lionel warranty. Picked up this beautiful Santa Fe black bonnet from the local train store here, Mike's Trains, located in Thomasville, North Carolina. If you're ever in the area, go by and give Jackie a hello and check out her awesome O-scale collection. She has wonderful items such as buildings, railroad cards, scenery supplies, plenty of locomotives. And what I love about Mike's Trains is the fact they have a great consignment section. Plenty of stuff that people bring in secondhand. You can find some really awesome deals. Jackie is also very great to work with as far as ordering stuff on pre-order, and as well has plenty of other scales to work with. So if you're into HO or N scale, she can hook you up. I'll put her website down below. Be sure to check her out. So getting back to this engine here, again, pick this up. This was featured in the 2022 Big Book. I saw the paint scheme, absolutely loved the red on the black. So once I got this home, opened it up, put it on the track, and everything at first seemed normal. We had lights, we had sound, went to program into my legacy controller, and nothing. No matter what I did, I could not get it to accept a ID. I checked simple stuff to make sure I had things like power on the track, had a solid 18 volts, made sure I had no other engines on the track anywhere that could be conflicting with the programming of this engine. Still nothing. Checked my switches, checked both program and run. Still nothing worked with me. So my last step, just to make sure I didn't have a complete dud, was connected with the Lion Chief app on my iPhone. And with that, I was able to get this locomotive to move forward and backwards, blow the horn, and respond to commands. So with that, I knew that I didn't have a complete failure with the locomotive. I had to have something with the legacy control system. So now what? Well, I did what everybody should do and actually Google it. I am surprised in my day-to-day life just how much people struggle with basic troubleshooting when we live in the age of literally having a computer in our pocket at all times. So, got on Google, also made a post on Facebook on one of the O-Gauge groups just to see if anyone else had any issues or ideas of what to try. After doing that, doing everything I said earlier, still nothing would work. So at that moment, I knew I had to throw in the towel and unfortunately send this one in to Lionel for warranty. Not a big deal.
Everybody relax.
So it seems like sometimes warranty stuff is a little bit taboo. I don't know why. Everyone always kind of gripes about, oh, I bought a brand new engine, it should work right out of the box, and I don't understand. Well, sometimes things like this just happen. You can never be 100% in quality control, no matter how tight your tolerance is for stuff like that. Anything mass produced, you're going to have problems. So now that I realize that I have to send this back for warranty, what exactly is that? What is this process? What is warranty? Well, warranty is a guarantee by a manufacturer to repair a product free of charge if something is wrong with it, generally with the manufacturing of that item. Warranty, in particular for Lionel, does not cover wear and tear items. What is wear and tear? Things that will over time degrade in performance or the quality of it based on normal use, such as traction tires. That's an item that's just going to wear. It's a normal item as it's rolling down the track. That it's going to degrade. They're not going to cover that, understandably. But what they do cover is manufacturing defects. What is manufacturing defect? Anything on the engine that is beyond the control of you, the consumer, that happened while this locomotive was built. So in my case, it was an electrical board that was bad. I can't control that. I didn't do anything wrong. Therefore, it's a manufacturing defect, and Lionel covered it free of charge under their warranty program. So let's talk a little bit about what is their warranty program. Well, if you do suspect you have an issue with an engine that is beyond your control, you need to first contact Lionel. Check out their website. It is very clear with what their policy is. I encourage you to take a look and read the fine print, but we'll go over a few of the highlights here. So, Lionel's warranty. How do you contact them? You have three ways. You can call them at 1-800-4LIONEL. You can email them at talktous@lionel.com, which is the method I chose. Or you can mail them a letter, old school way, and you can find their address on their website. Once you do realize you have an issue that you can't necessarily control, number one thing that they will not cover is a locomotive that has been tampered with. So, unless you are 100% sure, absolutely no questions asked, you can fix this yourself. Something simple, I do not recommend you taking anything apart, okay? They will not cover a repair based on something that you damage, a wire, a motor, whatever. So, you want to contact them with your Lionel part number, a brief description of the problem, along with the original purchase receipt and where you purchased it from. Because as well, Lionel is going to cover engines that are purchased through their authorized resellers. With that being said, be careful buying engines new secondhand. Two reasons for that. Number one, Lionel only covers locomotives for warranty 3 years from their original manufacturing date. So what does that mean? Well, this engine, for example, was manufactured in 2022. Say it is now 2026. I see this on eBay, I purchase it, it gets to my house and open the box and it doesn't run. The motor doesn't work. Well, guess what? It's out of my pocket. The second item is they only warranty the items from the original owner or original purchaser. So if you were to buy this engine from me on eBay in 6 months, unfortunately, that last 6 months of warranty is basically forfeited. So again, be careful when purchasing things secondhand. Keep it in mind. Make sure you're buying from a reputable seller that you know you can trust that the engine will work, because unfortunately Lionel can't help you out in those cases. So you've contacted Lionel and you've given them all your information. Well, the next step is they're going to review it and find out if it is something they can cover. If they feel like it is a warrantable case, then they will send you a RMA or RA, which is a return authorization or return merchandise authorization. They're going to give you a number for that. What that does is it allows you to be assigned a case and have a way to track this through Lionel, and they can keep all the information together under that number. Once you have that number, they're also, what I really appreciate, is going to give you a return shipping label. I think that is absolutely excellent Lionel. You don't want to put salt in a wound. We already purchased this locomotive for a good hefty price. Once you have that, make sure you package this really well. Lionel spends a lot of time and money and research into their packaging materials to make sure these engines arrive just as they left the factory, safe and sound. Make sure to put it back in its original packing materials, and if you won't, go an extra step and actually put that box into a slightly larger box with plenty of bubble wrap packaging materials around it. That way, you know for sure this engine will not suffer any additional damage on this trek to Lionel. Once you have that box and everything's good, before you tape it up, make sure you put in the original purchase receipt along with a brief description of what is the issue along with that RMA or RA number. What I did was just simply take a screenshot of the email where it had that description, had all the information, and put that in an envelope and put it in the box. That way, again, something were to happen, whatever, box gets damaged on the way there, gets rained on, whatever, they have it, right? Additional information. They just don't get something showing up. It's just a random engine out of the blue. Make sure to put it inside there with the locomotive in the original packaging box, whatever the closest inside that you can, so that have the highest likelihood that that information is with this engine. As well, you want to write the RA or RMA number on the outside of the box. And be sure that it is in bold print, easily to read. Again, that will just help expedite the process through Lionel to make sure you can get this fixed as quickly as possible. All right, so our engine is all packed up. It's on the way to Lionel. Now what? Well, now the waiting game begins. Grab a drink, go on with your normal life, just be patient. Right now, as of 2023, this is February, there is roughly 4 to 6 week wait on warranty repairs. I know, sounds like end of the world, long time, whatever, but you got to remember Lionel Steel is a relatively small company. They have a handful of folks there that are taking care of these repairs. Sometimes in life, you just have to wait it out. A couple of notes from my experience. Lionel is excellent with their communication. Once I got this sent, I got a notification that they received it. I had notifications when it was repaired, which was awesome to know exactly what the problem was. They did find, as I said earlier, a bad board. They replaced it, and not only did they replace it, they tested it thoroughly to make sure that not only it accepted IDs of multiple sorts, but also it ran, and I think they tested it for almost an hour around their test track. So that I really appreciate, so that you don't get something back that you've been waiting that long on only to find out that you still have problems. Additionally, I found out that the shipping back can be a little bit delayed. If it is, again, it is just part of the process. I did get an email. This was going to be, well, I should say that the label was created, and it was about 2 weeks later before it actually left Lionel. Now, is that the norm? Maybe not. Maybe mine got shuffled around the warehouse, whatever. But I will say again, every time I emailed Lionel, which don't pester them, no need and all that, I sent them a initial email about a week after the shipping label. Hey, notice this was created, hadn't received it, blah, blah, blah. They checked the warehouse. A week later, it was resolved and on my doorstep. So all in all, for me, that 4 to 6 weeks was pretty accurate. In the end, though, I got this locomotive back, perfect shape just as I shipped it. And best of all, it actually works as I want it to on the legacy controller. All right, so to recap, don't panic. Things happen. Make sure you read the warranty policy in detail. Follow a few of these tips that I've given you in this video about how that process works. Make sure that you keep that RMA number all over everything as much as possible so that this thing will not get lost, and be sure to pack it well. And again, patience. So hopefully this will help you guys out. If you have any questions about anything or comments, just post them below. If you enjoy the video, give it a like. And if you enjoy my content, consider subscribing. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. unfortunately, the waiting game begins. So you're going to have Kiki, what? I hear you. Oh, you gotta love cats.